So you think you're being wise to shop around for a good deal on an estate plan. You think all estate plans are created equal, so you're looking to get the best price. Well, you're absolutely dead wrong. And we're going to talk about why shopping around for an estate plan based on price is a bad idea and will fail your family. Stay tuned. Your family will thank you for it. Hey guys, Elliott Feldman here, estate planning attorney at the Elliott Feldman Law Group, where we create estate plans that actually work when your loved ones need it most. If you ever have any questions about this topic or need to talk about your estate planning needs, you can schedule a time to talk with me over the phone for free by going to myestatemeeting.com. Okay, let's talk about why shopping around for an estate plan based on price is a bad idea and will fail your family. Look, I'm sure you've been told before that when investing in a professional service, from hiring contractors to renovate your home to hiring financial advisors, that it's best to shop around and get 3 estimates to get a good deal. Am I right? Now, while this Dave Ramsey / Susie Orman style of consumer shopping is many times a wise idea, it's actually a very bad idea when it comes to shopping for an estate plan. You see, this recommendation of shopping around and getting 3 estimates assumes that you should be shopping for an estate plan based on price, and that you fully understand exactly what you are shopping for in your estate plan and how to evaluate your estimates. But in reality, shopping around for an estate plan based on price and trying to get the best deal possible is the fastest path to leaving your family with an empty set of one-size-fits-all documents that won't actually work for your family when they need it. Yes, even if that cheap estate plan you got on a deal comes in with a beautiful binder, it will just not be worth the paper it's written on. Unfortunately, I see the negative effects that cheap estate planning has on family members who come to me during a time of immense grief after their loved one passes away. You know, they come to me with their beautiful estate planning binder that sat in the closet for years, filled with out-of-date estate planning documents, which ended up failing the family since the family found themselves being stuck in a long, expensive probate court proceeding, which forced them into conflict between each other. Even though their loved one who passed away paid some estate planning attorney years ago to create a plan specifically to prevent the family from being in probate court and conflict. But that's what happens when you make it more of an important priority to shop around for an estate plan based on price instead of making it a more important priority to create an estate plan that will actually work when your family needs it to, and to ensure the plan keeps your family out of court and conflict. Now, to illustrate this point, I wanted to tell you a real-life story of what happened to my mentor with her father-in-law's estate plan. My mentor was still in law school when her father-in-law died. He had spent $3,000 creating estate planning documents that he was told would keep his family out of court and out of conflict with his ex-wife when either he died or became incapacitated. He got a nice thick set of documents, a beautiful binder, and peace of mind. He put the binder on the bookshelf, never looked at it again, and never heard from his lawyer ever again. And years later, he died thinking it was all handled. So you can imagine how shocked my mentor and her family were when they found themselves stuck dealing with the probate court and her father-in-law's ex-wife, which were the exact things her father-in-law wanted to prevent his family from having to deal with when he got his estate plan. It turns out that his fancy set of documents had never been updated, so they were out of date, and his assets weren't even titled in the name of his trust, so his estate plan failed, and my mentor and her family had to still go through probate court. I want you to think about that for a second. My mentor's father-in-law spent $3,000 on an estate plan, which is not cheap, and it still didn't work, which we will talk about why it didn't work in a second, but I want you to think about this because it poses a question. If a $3,000 estate plan failed my mentor's father-in-law, do you really think, oh, if only her father-in-law paid $1,500 or $499 for his estate plan, then it would have worked for his family? It's a trick question because I'm trying to make a point here. You see, when you make price the most important factor in your search for getting your estate plan done, then you're making price your priority, meaning you will not make it as high of a priority to ensure you're creating an estate plan that will actually work when your family needs it to, and to keep them out of court and conflict. You see, that's what really happened to my mentor's father-in-law. You know, at first my mentor thought her father-in-law's estate planning attorney committed malpractice, but after my mentor went to work at one of the best law firms in the country and then reached out to hundreds of other estate planning lawyers just to confirm this, she found out that this was not malpractice at all. This was common practice. Attorneys all across the nation were putting in place form documents that they know wouldn't work when their clients' families needed them to. And it's not because they're bad people or bad attorneys, it's simply because that's the system they were trained on. Form documents, no updating of the documents or regular communication with the clients once the plan was done. No inventory of the assets to ensure that all assets could be found by the family after the death or incapacity of a loved one. Not ensuring that assets were titled properly to make sure the plan even worked to keep the family out of court and conflict. And on top of that, my mentor later discovered that the estate plans attorneys were putting in place for families with minor kids at the home had huge holes that left the kids at risk of being taken out of the home and placed in the Child Protective Services while the family's will and named guardians were being located. Unfortunately, I can tell you from my own personal experience in the estate planning industry that these outdated practices are still commonplace at so many law firms out there, and many families are still being shoved into these outdated one-size-fits-all documents that will fail them, just like when they failed my mentor's family when her father-in-law passed away, and just like they failed my mother and I when my father passed away with an estate plan that didn't work, which forced my own mother into probate court for almost 3 years, and she ended up having to pay her probate attorney $55,000 by the end of it. When I became an estate planning attorney, I made a commitment to create something truly meaningful for my clients. You know, estate plans that would actually work when their families needed it, and to provide not only true peace of mind, but a process that would support my clients to not just plan for death, but to become better parents, better business owners, and better citizens of the community during their life as well. Again, I cannot stress to you enough how bad of an idea it is to make it a priority to shop around for an estate plan based on price, when in reality, your priority should be first and foremost to ensure you're creating an estate plan that will actually work when your family needs it to, and that keeps them out of court and conflict. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell next to it to be notified for new videos I post each week. And if you like it, then please hit the like button. And if you know someone that needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you have a question or comment, please leave one. And if you ever have any questions about this topic or need to talk about your estate planning needs, you can set up a time to talk with me over the phone for free by going to myestatemeeting.com. That's myestatemeeting.com. Again, this is Elliott Feldman, estate planning attorney at the Elliott Feldman Law Group, where we create estate plans that actually work when your loved ones need it most. Take care.